Okay, these are the settings here. Um, so maybe you want to duplicate this. I don't know. It's pretty simple. But these are the settings I'm using. Thank you. I'll see you in the game. Okay, now here we are in the game world. Now, obviously, in the title, you'll know that this is Game Master. It's basically a cheat mode. It's single player, only because I put a server password on, right? But I just wanted to show kind of what's possible in the game. And this is going to be a part one. It's going to be a series. Obviously, I think I'll be able to surpass what was shown in the starter city. Well, that was shown. You've probably seen the videos with the developers. We see their city's sort of barren and it doesn't have much life to it. It's just like they threw down a bunch of buildings. Well, my city's a little different. First of all, check out this heavy. This is the full plate. I could have put the royal, but I don't really like it as much as the full plate. I think this full plate is awesome. I like the shield. And this it's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be a two-handed sword, but no, I guess it's only one. But that is a pretty cool shield. You can shield bash, if you didn't know that. And if you've ever played Mountain Blade, you know that the combat is like that. Okay, now I also have a Morning Star, which is probably my favorite right now. It's pretty sweet. And I also have just a secondary kind of sword here. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Combat system's, a little iffy right now, but there's a lot of potential in that. Well, anyways, let's get to the walkthrough of what I have so far. This is kind of where I started. This is a plaster house. I think it's like medium in size. Down here I have a sawmill, and just threw in a little bit of a furnace and like a bloomery to kind of give it some life over there. This is the fountain, and here's pretty much, this is kind of like the main road in my city. Here's a big store, a big plaster house. Here's another one. Now, as I'm recording this, my frames are kind of dropping. I mean, like, I don't have the best computer, right? But I just feel like the game's not as optimized. So here's what I mean when I think I'll be able to surpass the starter city, which was shown in some of the developer videos. There's no detail like this. They're not putting down barrels, crates. It's a lot of work. To get this lamppost right there, you have to do a whole series of things. They're not putting fences in front of their warehouses, shit like that. Here's a table. Each one of these objects has to be created. This is not part of this building. You can lift all this stuff and then put it where you want it. Anyways, here's the warehouse. One of the warehouses. All these buildings are enterable, and at some point you'll be able to put furniture and furnish these buildings. I don't really know if I want to go all through this building, but it's 3 stories. It has close to like maybe 12 rooms, I think. Like this one has 3. Same with that one. I think at some point this windmill will be like operational. Right now, I don't think there's anything you can do with it. But that's pretty cool. You can go all the way up to the top. It shows the inside. It's pretty nice. I put a little table and chair there. I got the roads down. I gotta say, I really like the road texture. Here's kind of like a little blacksmith workshop here. Now, everything you see here, it took me Oh, geez, maybe this is probably 6 hours of Game Master. This is basically cheat mode. All I have to do is terraform, which does take a lot of time. That's what the majority of my time is spent doing. Building and stuff is right click, right click, right click again, it's done. You know? But terraforming is the hard part. And obviously you can see the amount of work that will go into building, you know, on the rig, when the, what is it called, the MMO comes out, and there's like maybe a possibility of 5,000 people per server, or just one server. You know, it's gonna take you forever to build this. Even what I have here, it's gonna take you forever. I mean, you're talking maybe 8, 9, 10, or more people working a total hours of maybe 60 hours total with those 10 people to get what I have here. Not to mention you're gonna have to cut down hundreds of trees. You're gonna have to gather thousands and thousands and thousands of stone. There's a lot of work involved, and some of my friends are like, oh, why don't you want to play the game? I'm like, well, you know, I don't really want to waste my time right now. I mean, you're talking serious labor into something that's going to get wiped when the MMO comes out. So yeah, it's cool to look at. It's kind of a game that you put on the back burner after, unless you want to go into creative mode and build your own little town. There's not a whole lot to do if you value your time. You know what I mean? Well, anyways, let's continue. Now we're coming up to the, you know, I kind of want to say this is like the center of the city. You have an herbalist shop and a kitchen. This is like the place where if you had a city, everybody would come and meet. They would eat here. They would be teaching, doing general labor work, more advanced labor work, like wine. I have some wine presses, gather a little water here. I put these benches down and kind of give it more life. You know, it's like, hey, let's get our food and then sit down and eat it. Here is a carpenter's shop. And you can go in here and then use this stuff, like use workbench. And then you have like all these things, you know. And I love the crafting system too. You know, it just basically tells you, hey, this is what you need. This is how many of them you need. Boom. It's pretty cool. Herbalist shop. This is where like your alchemist is gonna want to store a lot of his stuff. Right now, I don't think it serves any purpose. It's just cosmetic. I put this little alchemist table in the corner here. Kind of use some of this space, which I think is a nice touch. This is, you know, looks good, right? Put those barrels crates down. Put a little fence to block it off. Got some wine presses here to make use of some of that space. You know, as you kind of walk through this town, you can kind of see the potential and the point of building such a large city and actually spending the time to do this. I mean, look at this little alleyway, you know, or little street. It's so tight. Just looking down, it kind of reminds you, maybe, or not reminds you, but gives you an idea of a real medieval city. Another plaster house here. It's the same one from before. Oh, this is a little stable I put here, you know. Horses aren't in the game, but horses will be available at some point. I love the weight system right now. You can see I have hard and a soft stamina on the bottom left. As I run, you'll see the soft stamina goes down, and the yellow bar behind it is your hard stamina. So you'll lose hard stamina throughout the day, and you have to replenish that by then eating and resting and stuff. Same thing with health. You have hard and soft health, so you can get knocked out, or you could be cut and bleed to death, stuff like that. There's a lot of potential there. And this is kind of where I left off. I built this school last. It's pretty cool looking little school on the inside. There's cool little pictures here. It's just kind of somewhere where you'd have your mentor be able to teach skills to people. It's not, I mean, it's not implemented yet, but you can, you know, you could have someone who's new to your city come to the school, and you have your mentor. He can teach you how to do stuff, just like real life. So yeah, this is pretty much where I left off. I have a large warehouse here, if you guys want to check that out real quick. And you know, part 2 and 3, I'm gonna expand the city and show you, you know, how big it gets, how detailed it gets, you know. But yeah, this is pretty much it. You know, thanks for watching. Let me do a flyby here. Just gonna show you an aerial view before we leave. This is what I have so far. Here is the sawmill. Again, here's the layout of the city. It's looking cool. I mean, you can imagine if you continue this process, you know, all the way, put some walls around your city, a keep, a castle, all that stuff. It's pretty cool, man. And you have 100 players running around. It's a pretty cool game, dude. Alright, thanks for watching.